one meeting, come at nine, come at nine, come at nine. Oh, in one meeting, come at nine, dead by the light of the moon.
When you speak good stuff, the Lord will give you strength.
Well, I'm an animal rights activist. I'm also an environmentalist and a human rights activist. And I'm trying to promote Fur Free Friday, which is a international protest against fur. But more specifically, the overlap is that it's corporate greed that is killing animals. It's corporate greed that is behind people losing their jobs. It's corporate greed behind the corrupt politicians that we have that make the laws that prevent us from making any real environmental change. So I think it's the one issue that unites all of us. So tomorrow is a stand against corporate greed killing animals, and I'd like to invite everyone here at Occupy Wall Street to join us.
As I went walking in the shadow of the steeple, by the relief office, I saw my people as they stood there hungry. I stood there wondering if this land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to New Island, from redwood forest to salty water. This land was made for you and me.
Oh, I just noticed they put up lights. This is cool. I didn't know they had put twinkle lights in the trees. That wasn't here last time. Yeah. Oh, I've been here from the beginning, from like the second weekend, on and off. When we came back in, I was here then. It was awesome. It was so beautiful. It felt like the old Zuccotti too. Well, except for the barriers. And then they don't allow the food table, so we can't set up like a food table. And the only people who are the only groups that exist are people who are actually making money off it, like the button vendors, who seem to be allowed, but the people who are doing it for free are not allowed, which is kind of interesting.
My name's Lena.
Where are you from?
Originally from Tennessee. I've been in New York for 7 months. After the raid, the police kind of cracked down and they sent Brookfield inside the park, which is private security guards that own the park, kind of. And they can say whatever they want about inside the park, and the actual police can say whatever they want about right outside the park. So they when we took food in between the rails, and they said we couldn't do that, and then they said serve it on the sidewalk and hand it inside, but then the police said we couldn't do that, so they sent us back inside, and then Brookfield kicked us back out, so we had to come across the wall. We take donations from tourists that are walking through and support us. We go to the store, we budget, we get the cheapest of everything we can, we come back. We make the food ourselves. Yeah, it's all self-funded.
I do think that people do tend to be greedy, I mean, and it's okay. I'm greedy too. I like to eat a lot of chocolate, and, but for when it gets to be somebody's greed taking away the possibility of others having a decent life, that's when you have to have laws in place to make sure that doesn't happen. But I think what Occupy Wall Street is about is actually also changing the cultural perspective, because I do think that those things can change, right? I mean, you can create a culture where greed is looked down upon, or you can create a culture that celebrates greediness or excessive behavior. So I think that this is probably going to be the major lasting impact of this movement. It's necessary, I think, to have cops here as much as it's necessary to have, me and my sign here. It's part of a civilized society in the best sense of the word.
No, we're demanding of the 99% that we change, that we start behaving the way we need to behave. That's what our demand is that people wake up! Look what's going on!
Wall Street is a corrupt system The rich get richer and the poor get poor. Corporations only have one thing in mind, is to make money, profit. They can care less about public safety, public health. All they care about is the bottom line.
Oh, there, they staggered and they fell to the ground. Yeah, but
We changed the whole dynamic of the whole world. Just by being here. See, we took over. We own it now. I mean, it's not a question of when. We'll be here as long as it takes. This place is occupied.
You just listen to rules. That's it. This world is demanded by rules.
Just get it.
And we gotta follow the rules. And so like, we're slaves. One more time. You go to jail, you got to follow rules. In your mom's house, you gotta follow rules. You're working for somebody, you gotta follow rules. You're in the streets, you still gotta follow rules. At least when you sleep, you don't have to follow no rules.
Well, I don't have all the answers though.